You ever seen somebody acting in total disregard for another person's life? A police officer acting in total disregard for another person's life? I see it every day. That's why I come on my channel and report this shit. Now this is some Florida police officers basically pushing a kid off a roof. Pushing a kid off a roof. Let's play the tape then. I'm gonna get into the story a little bit.
It's shocking video taken from a police body cam.
Push him off the roof. Better jump. Push him off. Just push him off. Push him off.
An officer on the ground is telling another to push the suspect off the roof. It happened in Kissimmee, Florida. And it started when the suspect, accused of stealing his girlfriend's car, was chased to the corner of the roof. It's about 10 feet off the ground. And then the officer actually does it. The video is going viral, with many people expressing outrage. You can hear the suspect say he can go through the window the way he got to the roof.
You better jump. Just push him off. Go through the window, bro.
The police department said the incident should have never happened and that the officer's actions put the man in danger. The suspect was not injured in the fall, but then he was tased.
I'm not resisting.
The officer who gave the orders from the ground has resigned. The officer who did the pushing was suspended for 1 day.
I'm not resisting.
All right.
It's shocking video taken from a...
All right, man. Let's see. I'm gonna read this story, even though we just seen clearly what happened, but I'm gonna read it. Yadiel Torres perched nervously on the edge of a roof of his friend's house as police surrounded him in March. It was roughly a 9-foot drop to the manicured green lawn below, and from his vantage point, he could look into the backyards of neighboring homes in the Orlando suburb of Kissimmee, Florida. One officer had clambered up on the roof after him, while 2 others waited on the ground, their hands on their stun guns. The lanky 18-year-old dangled one leg, looking as though he was contemplating his options. Push him off the roof, Kissimmee Police Sergeant Anthony Amata. Make sure we get that name. Anthony Amata called from the yard. Push him off. Just push him off. Body camera video released Wednesday by the Kissimmee Police Department shows that Torres, who had been accused of absconding his girlfriend's car, offered to climb back into the house through an open window, but Officer Plenio Messiah, who had followed the suspect onto the roof, obeyed his supervisor's order. Planting one hand on Torres' upper back, he gave the teenager a firm shove and sent him flying. The 18-year-old hit the ground with a thud, and Amata rushed over and stunned him with a taser. So I'm gonna pause my story, reading of this story right now. So, I mean, it was totally unnecessary. The man, like the man said, he could have went back through the fucking window, and you got your gun on him, walking down the steps. He said he was going back in, but nah. The commanding officer on the ground demanded you to push him, and you been the race soldier that you are, you went ahead and obliged and pushed him off. So let's see what else. This is Buddy Torres. I'm not resisting, bro. Torres pleaded as police cuffed him. Although Torres wasn't hurt by the fall, the March 13th standoff could have resulted in significant injury. The Kissimmee Police Department acknowledged in an internal investigation released to local media Wednesday. The 41-page report, which followed a 7-month investigation, concluded that pushing a suspect off a roof went against departmental policies governing the use of force that was generally a bad area. But the 2 officers involved, the consequences have been minimal. According to the Orlando Sentinel, Messiah was given an 8-hour suspension. What? One fucking shift which she fulfilled by giving up a vacation day. Amata, who the investigators recommended to be fired, had handed in his notice in June. At that time, his resignation. At the time of his resignation, the 14-year-old veteran was facing another unrelated complaint alleging excessive use of force, and he had recently been suspended for another incident in which he was deemed to have acted carelessly during a police pursuit, the paper reported. So, you know, you got this motherfucker, he rode, well, not necessarily rode, because this is all part of police activity, apparently, but, you know, they acting recklessly and carelessly, man. They don't give a shit about nobody life. Only Blue Lives Matter, and we know that the police are definitely the enforcement hand of white supremacy. So it's just crazy, man. You say the March confrontation on the rooftop came after Torres' ex-girlfriend called the police to report that he had been driving her car without her permission for a week. Now he a damn fool for that. I'm not gonna exclude him from being foolish just cause the police pushed him off the roof. You're a damn fool for driving that damn girl car a whole week. She had to call the police to get you to bring the shit back. So you brought some of this shit on yourself, buddy. I'm gonna tell the truth. That's the name of my channel. According to charging documents, the two argued on February 24th about whether she would give him a ride. The dispute grew so heated that the woman got out of her car and walked home, leaving Torres in a post office parking lot with her silver Toyota Corolla. The next morning, she told police she contacted Torres on Facebook and asked for the car back. He refused. A week later, when she still didn't have her Toyota back, Torres' ex-girlfriend contacted police saying a friend of hers had spotted the car parked in Kissimmee subdivision. When officers showed up at the beige stucco house on March 3rd, they spotted Torres inside. He made a beeline upstairs. Police wrote. Thinking he might escape through a window, they ran to the other side of the house, only to discover the teen was on the roof. In his affidavit, Officer Patrick Smith wrote that Torres looked ready to jump, but seemed to change his mind when he saw police waiting on the ground. Of course, that's what you gonna wrote. He looked like he was ready to jump. Looked like he was just goddamn contemplating his options to me, but I wasn't there. Sergeant Amata and I, as well as Officer Messiah, pleaded with Yadel to surrender several times, but he refused. So Officer Messiah nudged him. That was a nudge, I guess. Nudged him off the roof because he was not complying with the law order to stop resisting, Smith wrote. He added that after hitting the ground, Torres appeared as if he was going to get up, so Amata deployed his stun gun that he already had deployed. Court records show that Torres was arrested for third-degree grand theft and motor vehicle, third-degree theft of a motor vehicle, resisting the officer without violence, and violating the terms of his pre-trial release for a misdemeanor domestic violence charge from January. He pleaded guilty to all three offenses in May and was sentenced to 1.5 years supervised probation. But you know, I'm not gonna make it no excuse for that young man. He was playing some fucked up shit, but I still didn't see the necessity for the police to push him off that damn roof. He was in custody. All you had to do was get him down to the ground. Wasn't nowhere he could go. He know damn well y'all gonna shoot him or tase him. So once y'all that close up on him, he not gonna run. The body camera video released on Wednesday shows that officers' attempts to get Torres to surrender consisted of repeatedly encouraging him to jump off the roof. You're going to get tased and you're going to fall, so you better jump, the 18-year-old was told. According to the Sentinel, Torres told Internal Affairs investigators he ignored the command because he was afraid of getting hurt. Of course, the police around. Of course you're afraid of getting hurt. These are the fucking kill squad race soldiers. Anyway, in that report, officials noted Messiah was following orders when he pushed the teenager off the roof. WFTV reported the officer, who had no prior disciplinary violation, told investigators he feared both he and Torres would fall off the roof if they started tussling. Police also reported said Torres' ex-girlfriend had warned authorities he might be armed, a detail that did not appear in the initial charging documents from the incident. They throw that in there. The potential consequences for Amato were more severe because investigators felt that he should have known better after 14 years on the force. No, but nah, he doing the fuck what he trained to do. He a race soldier. He do know better. He did better. He did a great job. If you a race soldier, he did exactly what he came to do. Personnel who have reached a supervisory position are held to even greater standards than officers or civilian personnel because their guidance, influence, and knowledge contribute to the overall success of the department, officials wrote in a memo obtained by the Sentinel. Alright, so we made it to the end. So that was, that was just... It's unfortunate that Buddy, took his girl car and kept it for a week. That was stupid. Plain out, just dumb. Some dumb shit, some trifling shit. You should have never did that to that girl, but still, I still will never give a pass to a police for no shit like that. Shit like that they did to this man. So it's just a all-around screwed situation. I definitely don't agree with the police in this, and I feel like that they should have let the man resist. I mean, not resist, but surrender himself. The way that he intended on doing it, go through the window. Why the fuck? You could have broke that man's leg. If he, any kind of way he fell, something could have been broke. It's just lucky that he young and resilient and got good, strong, healthy bones that he ain't, paralyzed and all fucked up right now. So it was a bad situation, man. It was a bad situation all the way around. I hope that this young man learned his lesson and try to, do some more positive shit with his life. Maybe, he can come on board with the 8-Ounce movement and help us to push this forward. We understand that people have past lives and shit that they done. I got shit that I done. I'm sure that everybody got some shit in their past. So it's definitely not the end of the world, the crimes that this man committed. And he definitely get a chance to come back and rehabilitate himself. But as far as these dirt-ass police, man, this is the strategy. This is the game that they play. So no rehabilitation needed for the police. And, the one thing that I haven't touched on is this motherfucker got 8 hours taken from him. That was his punishment. 8 hours, a fucking vacation day. So let me know if you think that losing one vacation day was formidable enough suspension for this man, or let me know if you think that he should be kicked out the force for life, even though we know that this is definitely a part of his job, and this is something that he do, and this is what he get paid to do, is be a intimidator, a race soldier, and the enforcement hand of white supremacy. I guess I'm done with this story, man. It's your boy Ocean the Ghost. Remember to like, subscribe, and share these videos to get them out to more people. And I'm always gonna tell the truth on this shit. So fuck with your boy.